All right, Shalom. First and foremost of all praise, honor, and glory to the Heavenly Father and His only begotten Son, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Makar Kodash. Double honors to the apostles, the great millstone teaching us from understanding truth according to the Bible well, and peace and blessings to reflect to the nation of Israel. All right, today I want to get into a lesson, on how the elites of the society, the powers that be, the nobility of Edom, which is the so-called white man today, that's ruling this world and wickedness, is is in great fear of the words of Yahweh Shema Shai being taught on the highways and hedges. Right, you can see from this past weekend, as the brothers here at Great Millstone, mini camps around, the states. I'll say the states. That's mainly, I didn't get to catch, the London brothers or the brothers that are, in these other various countries around the world. But the main reoccurrence that I saw was brothers, even today, I was watching the Elder Malcolm and the Chicago brothers were doing their Sunday night class, and they were having trouble going live. Which, I myself, use StreamYard, and I didn't have any trouble going live. But you can see that there's a lot of opposition with this word going out in the spirit. Also with the multiple brothers, had a plethora of spirits come up that were in opposition, to the words of Yahweh Shema Shai and the Lord's truth, right? You saw it with the Dallas brothers. I was watching the Florida, I believe it was the Miami brothers, and, GMS Salt, right, in their camp page. And just, spirits and, these spirits coming up trying to stop the words, and we know Esau, Edom, the powers that be, are constantly sending up their enchantment. So I'm going to get Ephesians 6 and then 10, and just read on down, and then, I got two scriptures lined up, and we'll see what the Spirit allows. This is Ephesians 6 and 10 says, the whole armor of the Most High. And I'm going to be reading this in the GNT, right? And this, it says, finally, build up your strength in union with the Lord, and by means of his mighty power, put on all the armor that God gives you, so that you will be able to stand up against the devil's evil tricks. Right? So this wisdom and knowledge and understanding that Yahweh Shema Shai is teaching us via the service of prophets, via the men of Great Millstone, the counsel that you receive from brothers doing these lessons, in various camp heads and camps that you are in, you got to be taking heed to this knowledge, because the spiritual demon Satan is coming with much tricks and trickery to try to get you off the path of righteousness. For we are not fighting against human beings, but against the wicked spiritual forces in the heavenly world, right? Because the weapons of our warfare are not carnal. This is a spiritual fight, and if this is a spiritual fight, the last thing you want to do is get carnal. Because getting carnal with someone isn't going to win you a spiritual battle, right? So we have to walk in the Spirit. We have to continue to be in the Spirit as we defend the gospel, right? It says, for we are not fighting against human beings, but against the wicked spiritual forces in the heavenly world, the rulers, authorities, and cosmic power of this dark age, right? the authorities, the rulers who, who have tapped into that left-handed energy, who are the rulers of this age, who rule this world and who has cast a dark shadow onto the four corners of the earth. So put on, which are, we spoke about them, the nobility of Edom. So put on God's armor now. Then when the evil day comes, you will be able to resist the enemy's attacks. And after fighting to the end, you will still hold your ground. Right? So we have to put on this armor, be sending up prayers, before we do these lessons, that the Spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai allows these videos to keep going up, that the lambs of Yahweh Shema Shai may be edified. Right? And I'm going to, I want to bring that out, showing you that this is a spiritual war that we're fighting. And we are using this man's technology and this man's devices. I've been trying to upload this one video, for about really a couple of days now. I've been trying to, get it downloaded and edited and upload it for a few days now. It's saying that it has 3 hours uploaded. I don't know if it's, because storage may be too big or what it may be. But, this is a spiritual fight, and, we have to keep praying that Yahweh Shema Shai, allows this edification to go forth, and we know eventually the famine of the word is going to come. But until then, we have to keep doing the work, feeding the lambs of Yahweh Shema Shai. This is Revelations 11:11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, right? After 3 days and a half, right? This is a time span from 1619 to 1969, which is 350 years, 3.5 days. The Spirit of life, just as the Spirit enter into Adam, and he was made a quickening. He was quickened. He was made alive. Right. Well, we've been quickened. We've been made alive again. By the Spirit, by the Ruach HaKodesh, by the Holy Spirit, for us to, go out there in the highways and hedges and teach this word, and for the believers to understand this word. Right? And they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw them. Right? So great fear, first and foremost, have come upon, the likes of, the elites, all the way on down to those who are joined hand in hand with this wicked kingdom. Right? The words that we're speaking, has a lot of people in the uproar, a lot of people in fear of what's coming. And Yahweh Shema Shai, he's not going to allow, this word to be stopped, for the time being. As we read here in Isaiah, 30, we do know a famine of the word is coming, but until that time, there is no stopping this word, right? There is no... Let me get the precept. This is Isaiah 62:6. I have set watchmen upon thy walls, O Jerusalem. So the Lord set up these watchmen upon the walls of Jerusalem, right, to watch out, to be those watchmen for our nation, to constantly give them warning, and to point out the plans of the wicked elites, right? It says, "We shall never hold their peace day nor night. Ye that make mention of the Lord, keep not silent." Right? So we're not keeping silent. Right? The Most High has given us a command to keep not silent and give him no rest till he establish until he made Jerusalem a praise in the earth. You know, so we're not resting. You know, Yahweh Shema Shai has put a spirit upon his men to keep pushing the work, to deal with the frustrations of you know, the YouTube messing up, and you know, the longer upload times. You know, but this word is going to continue to go forth because it's the Heavenly Father's will until, you know, Ezekiel, I believe it's the 3rd chapter or 4th chapter, where it talks about our tongue shall cleave to the roof of our mouths. You know, but that time is not yet. This is Luke 21:15. For I will give you a mouth and wisdom, which all your adversaries shall not be able to gainsay nor resist. Right? And that's what the elites are very much afraid of. You know, that the words that we're speaking are coming to pass. And the words that we're speaking, as we call out this man's plans and he tries to move forward, you know, to establishing, you know, the order which, you know, he wishes to establish, which is a order ran with you know, Satanism and Xing out the Most High. You know, our people, you know, you can't gainsay nor resist. We're telling you the truth, and we're calling this man's out. We're calling this man out, and this is the last thing, you know, that he wanted, you know, to be called out, right? As he is the ruler of darkness of this world, he does his best work in secret, right? This is but I made Esau bare. This is Obadiah 1:6. How are the things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up? Right? I think that's Isaiah 47. Let me just type in bear and type in Esau. Okay. Yep. Jeremiah 49. Says the same thing. Obadiah with the grape gatherers, right? Obadiah 49:10. It says, "But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself." And that's why he's working so hard to take this internet, you know, take the men of the Lord off of the internet, to get some regulations going on. That's why we see this big influx, because of all the demonic energy, you know, that's going forth, you know. But we just gotta push back harder. We can't get frustrated, you know, and stop doing the work, you know, stop doing things how we've been doing it, you know, through the Spirit. We gotta keep pushing out videos to the best of our abilities, you know, and flood this man's flood, you know, bring out the truth, the floods of truth, you know, to combat the lies, to combat, you know, the false hope of this world, right? But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide themselves. So he is exposed. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren, and his neighbor, and he is not. Let me get this Isaiah 47 and 3. It says, Isaiah 47 and 1. It says, "Come down and sit in the dust," right? Come down and sit in the dust, right? A state of mourning, a state of confusion, because this kingdom is being brought low. Really, not only this kingdom, but Edom's power structure, you know, the power, his grip that he has on the planet Earth is being weakened, you know, by the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, as we are speaking against this man. It's weakening him. Right, and best believe it. You know, his counsels aren't working anymore. His his control that he has over the minds of the people, of the masses, is now being come up against. You see, it says, sit on the ground. There is no throne. There's no throne for you. Sit down, right? There's no throne come to the Edomites. O daughter of the Chaldeans, right, which were the wise men of ancient Babylon, right? And these wise men, are dibbling in left-handed magic. For thou shalt no more be called tender and delicate, right? Everyone's looking at America and the powers that be with disgust as the words of Yahweh Shema Shai have been going out. You see? And this is why they're going to have to take the men of the Lord off of the internet. This is why I believe we've been seeing so much friction, these last, couple days. But you can see brothers still uploading videos, brothers still going live. We're not given, the Lord has put a spirit on men to never hold their peace. It says, take the millstone and grind meal, uncover the lots, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the river. So the plans of the elites have been uncovered, and that's why they have to push so much propaganda and misdirection. There's this Art of War quote, when you're far away, you should appear near, and when you're near, you should appear far away. So that's why there's so much propaganda and misinformation going out and fear mongering. All these things to try to combat, the truth, to sow doubt into, really to sow doubt into the world. But, there's a famous quote. I'm not going to give anybody credit for it, but, you can fool some of the people all the time. Really, you can fool all of the people some of the time. You can fool some of the people most of the time, all the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. And the elect of Yahweh Shema Shai will not be deceived anymore, right? It says, thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen, right? How you got this country and how everything was established and how you're forwarding your kingdom. All this shame is being seen, even by the average day Edomite. It says, I would take vengeance and I would not meet thee as a man. Right? And the Lord is taking vengeance by shining, first and foremost, he's shining a light on your wickedness. And we're in the sentencing stage of your judgment. And Esau Edom is tired of the sentencing stage. Sorry, bear with me. He's tired of hearing the prophets of Yahweh Shema Shai out there on the highways and hedges. And that's why he keeps infiltrating these other camps and having, why do you think these other camps are remixing the doctrine? Because they're either completely blinded, like the other Apostle Tahar says, or they've taken the bag. This is Wisdom of Solomon 5:1. It says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such that have afflicted him and made no account of his labors. That's the men of the Lord, the true men of the Lord out there on the highways and hedges. That's the elect. It says, when they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they looked for. Right? So when they see us standing on our feet, They shall be troubled with terrible fear. Here it is. This great nation, Babylon the Great, is able to bring another nation to their knees and have them to submit. But men on the highways and hedges reading the scriptures, reading the Bible, they're in great fear of it because there's great power behind what we're doing, right? There's great power. They know this isn't a carnal fight, right? This is a spiritual fight. The battle of the minds. That's the point of a government. The government is supposed to govern the minds of the people, right? But this man has done it in wickedness. He has done it to cause people to rebel against Yahweh Shema Shai. Hebrews 4:12, for the word of the Most High is quick, right? When you look up this word quick, it means to make alive. So the word of the Most High is quick, it's able to make you alive. While the Esau Edom has sucked the life and other people by teaching them lies in a life of sin that does not profit them. Well, this way of life that we are teaching, the spirit of Yahweh Shema Shai, faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the words of the Lord. Right? When you hear the gospel, the good news, and how you can escape the plans of your enemies, and you believe those things, you become alive. It says the word of the Most High is quick and powerful. These are powerful words. Able to change your whole life around, to get you back on the path of righteousness, pleasing the Lord. And that's the farthest thing that your enemy wants you to do. The powers that be want you to worship their system, to believe in them as their God, to follow their way, and to depart from the ways of the God of the Bible, Yahweh Shema Shai. It says, and sharper than any two-edged sword, right? So this man ain't, he's in great fear. This is sharper than any two-edged sword, any weapon that a man can form. No weapon that are formed against us shall prosper. Whether it's his media attacks, his weapons of war, mass destruction, none of those things are going to help him. The powers that be, none of those things are going to be able to get him the victory. And he's in great fear of seeing the men of the Lord out there on the highways and hedges. And that's why these demons are being roused up. It says, piercing even to the dividing asunder of soul and spirit, and of the joint and marrows. And it is a discerner of the thoughts and the intent of the heart. Right? So this word is very powerful. The words of Yahweh Shema Shai, the 100% truth that the Spirit of the Lord has, the apostles and elders of Great Millstone are bringing out. And that's what these elites, are very much afraid of. And that's why you see so much, opposition, of people coming up against the words of truth. Because these spirits are being roused up. We're getting closer and closer to the end when the famine of the word is going to happen. But it's not yet, So get the word while you still can. Continue to pray, fast, study, work out, and patiently wait for the return of Yahweh Shema Shai. With that, Lord's willing edified. Thanks, I'm going to say, Shalom.